Okay, it is a frigid Saturday morning, or at least frigid for South Carolina standards. It's about 9:30 in the morning. It's like 30 degrees outside with small amount of wind. As long as the wind's down and the sun's up, then it's not that bad. So what I'm showing you here is this is where our dog kennel was. We had T-posts between the dog kennel and the storage building. We had some extra wood that we were going to extend the fence on, which we might or might not do now. And then over here was my pallet home. And a few weeks ago we we had like 60 pallets. We got rid of about 50 of them. The rest of them are over there. I have the pallet forks in the tractor now, so that was a lot easier. And so this is where our carport is going. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to prep this area and level it so we can be able to put the carport in. The carport is on order. It's in actually permitting right now. It's a 20 by 24 structure, so it's about 480 square feet. So by the county standards, you have to have permit for that, especially engineered drawings. This is just a standard metal carport company. I think it's called Longhorn Steel Buildings or something. They're out of North Carolina. But that's what they do, is they make carports and barns and garages. And so they do, a million of these things a year. So we were able to get it fairly inexpensively. There's the shed, obviously. And here is the dog kennel. I relocated the things. There's our wood. The T-posts actually put inside the dog kennel so they're not laying on the ground. And there's our cultivator for the Husqvarna. But what we're going to do today is, here's the tractor there, obviously, and behind the tractor is a load of what they call commercial base. Hold on, let me get closer. Okay, this is commercial base. Commercial base is what our driveway is. Basically, what commercial base is that in a quarry, they have their different stone types. Like when you think of regular gravel, that's like the chunks of gravel, that's called 57 gravel. That's one of the more common kinds. But they have different stone that you can get of different sizes. Well, this is what's left over. So this is by far the cheapest. And for our purposes, it's perfectly fine, because our driveway, this part of the driveway at least, was done in September of 2022. This is January of 24 right now. And so as you can tell, it's still in really good shape. And probably will be for a while. The wind is kicking up. Now it's getting cold. So this is what I'm going to be doing. So I got to get the pallet fork off of the tractor, put the scoop back on, and then start scooping away. And then what I'm going to do is we have a optical transit or surveyor's equipment. So it's not a laser one, it's optical, where you have to actually see it. But we were told by multiple people that the laser ones are great until they're not. And if you have to get them recalibrated, it's like extremely hard and extremely expensive to do. So for what we're doing, since it's going to be occasional, optical is the way to go. There's the frame for our defunct tent. We're still deciding if we're actually going to use that for anything or not, or if we're going to try to get rid of it or throw it out. So we don't know yet. But anyway, First up is I got to change the pallet forks, form a scoop, and then start going away. Then I'm going to try to do, I'm actually old enough to say this now, as the kids would say, do a POV, which is point of view. So I'm going to try to be on the tractor messing around while I am doing stuff. So I have no idea how that's going to go, but we're going to try it. So that's how cold it is right now. There's still some frost on the seat, but let's start it out and see where we go. Okay, I've done a few passes already, and so I wanted to get used to it a little bit before I tried to do a video on this. So like I said, I don't know how this is going to happen because my one hand is going to be using the phone and the other hand's going to be using the tractor, so we shall see. But let me zoom out. Okay, that's as far out as I can zoom. I'm back from the tractor right now because I don't know how well you can hear me, because I don't know how much the tractor noise is going to happen. So let's find out. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm still getting used to the scooping and everything. So that's why I had to do it twice. But here we go. If you can hear me, let me turn this down. Okay. Alright, I have the two tape measures out, doing the approximate length and width of the actual carport. And so what I've done already is I've done a simple pass. It's going to be about 2 feet further from where it is on the left, so I know it's not straight. I'll try to deal with that later. But what we're going to do is we're going to start in on the second row right now. So let's see how this works. All right, here we go. See if this is going to work. All right, that worked out pretty well. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm going to come back in and try to level it a little bit. That looks like it's about the same height. So let me get the scoop back regular. Well, wrong way. All right, hopefully you can hear me. I don't know if you you can see it down there, but it says 7 hours. That's basically how long I've ever spent on a tractor. But basically it's 5 hours because when we got it, it already had 2 hours on it. So what I've been doing this past week is digging a ditch over there, which I'll have in a separate video. But this is what I'm going to be doing, just doing a load, going back and forth. So hopefully this is good enough and I will put it on the video. Okay, I've been fumbling out around here for, I don't know, about an hour and a half, 2 hours now. And this is the basic building pad area. I need to bring it forward just a little bit. But here is the survey transit. That's the piece that you actually read. Let me get closer. You see the numbers there. And then the optical piece is over here. And so what I did was, this is an optical one, so you look at it like through binoculars or a telescope, and you calibrate it, make sure it's level. And then normally you take 2 people to do this, but Andre is not here today, so I am doing it by myself. So I just have it propped up on a tripod. But pretty much as of now, where it is right now and where it is at the back on this side is about level. It's actually about 2 inches higher when you get over there. And then it's about, I'd say 4 inches lower from that point to this point to get over here. So what I'm going to do is I need to shave a couple inches off of that. That's good and level right there. And then just keep working my way forward and see how level I can get this thing. So what the contractor needs, he needs this to be level to within 3 inches. So that is the game plan. We have our transit, so we should be able to do this. It's about 1:30 now. It is not getting any warmer. The sun is out, but we have a decent wind with gusts over 15 miles an hour, and it's in the mid 30s, so it's above freezing but not that much. And if you're in another part of the country, this is nothing for you guys. Well, for us, this is like bitter cold. So what I'm doing is that I'm on and again, off again for about an hour. So I come in for an hour, mess around or so, then come back out and do it that way, because the last thing I need is to get cold and sick. So all right, so this is where we are right now. Andrea is actually, she's at a Women in Farmers conference that's about an hour west of here. So her and a couple of her friends went up there today to see what that's all about. So I'm sure I'll get plenty of information when they come back. So this is where we are now, and hopefully it won't take too much longer. Okay, it's 4:30 now, and I spent a total of about, I'd say 3.5 hours, or at least that's what it is on the tractor. If you don't know anything about tractors, like I didn't, tractors are not, you don't go by mileage like you do with a car or a truck. You go by hours. So however many hours the engine is on, it keeps track. And then you service it after so many hours. So I started with about 6.5 hours on it this morning and ended up being about 9.5 hours. And so that didn't include the time I was setting up to see like how big this was going to be and everything. So I'm pretty pleased with this. According to the transit, the back two corners are the same height and the front two corners are the same height. They're about 1.5 inches off. The back two are about 1.5 inches higher than the front two. Now they said as long as it was level within 3 inches, it was good. So I'm going to take that all day long. The only thing I might do, which is going to be tomorrow, is I might add some more up to the front here, just to extend this out further. It is about 1.5 to 2 feet past what the back of the structure is going to be on the back here, and it's about 18 inches on the side. So what I wanted to do is have it 5 feet from the building, from the shed, and then have it come across 24 feet this way and then back 21 feet. It's either 20 or 21, I can't remember. I did the 21 back that way. So then the gravel has a nice, it doesn't slump off right at the edge of the building. I wanted to give it a little bit of breathing room. Now granted, this is an open carport, so there's only going to be pieces on the ground on the two sides. The front and back are going to be, there's going to be nothing on the front and back, and then obviously the only thing up the sides are just going to be the posts to hold up the roof. So this has been a very interesting experience. I'm learning a lot about my tractor, and it's been fun and monotonous at the same time. It's fun the first 2 times you do it, but when you got to come and do it 100 times, it gets a little less fun after that. But still, I think it was pretty good. What I did today, Andrea, of course, will be the final judge, so we'll see what she has to say about it. I might or might not have this video before she gets her first reaction, because I guarantee you she'll probably be here after it gets dark tonight, so she'll probably see it in the morning. So I might or might not get her live reaction on that. Live is in her first reaction on the video. And the good thing is we have probably, let me see. Oh, I know you can barely see it. Let me try to zoom in. There, you can see the pile back beyond everything. We still have probably about 1/3 of the pile left, which is good because one of our projects is we need to do some serious drainage control on Andrea's mom's house, so it quits flooding every time it rains over there. It's fine, it's gone within a couple of days, but everybody would prefer that it not flood every single time it rains over there. So this has been an experience, and hopefully a lot more with the tractor. And so I'll either see you after Andrea's first reaction, or this is the end of the video. I don't know yet. Alright, yesterday when I did the video, I forgot to show what the pile looks like now. So if you go back to the beginning of the video, which I will, then you can see what the pile was and what it is right now. There's still a decent amount left, but I obviously did use a lot of it. So the majority of this is going to get used for Andrea's mother's drainage stuff when we get to that point. But I wanted to show this to show the before and after of the pile.
Seriously?
Yep. So it's the next day now. Andrea just seriously me on the reaction to my hard work from yesterday. So what do you think?
It's good.
I was going to put more in the front. It's about 2 feet further this way than what the building's going to be. It's about 2 feet further in the back. It's about 18 inches or so further on the right. So you and I can verify at a later date, but the back 2 corners are about 1.5 inches higher than the front 2 corners. So I don't know if it's just flat and I just didn't put enough in the front, or there's a slope or what, but they said as long as it was within 3 inches, then
well,
they're
it looks
good.
like it's sloping in the back corner over here.
So
but we've got some more stones, so
we have more stone, and we'll have time.
Yeah,
because I could take a picture of this and send it to them, and it'll be good.
It looks like this is a little bit lower in through here.
Well, that's what we can do. So, but as you can see on the back side over here, there's that much stone, which is about, it's like 5 to 6 inches over here. So, and since the building is not going to be on the edge of the stone, even if that levels out over time, it shouldn't affect the building because it's far enough away. So that was yesterday, and then I have to finish clearing that because I want to have a width area big enough for the lawnmower to go through, which I might or might not be able to do. I don't know yet.
We need the brush hog.
Yes. So we don't have a brush hog, so we're gonna have to rent one, and we're gonna rent one of the walk behind ones, and because our tractor is great, but it's not big enough for the big articulating brush hogs like you see when they clear the side of the roads and stuff. Those have to be for significantly bigger tractors. The main reason is weight. My tractor just doesn't weigh enough, because if you put one of those things on there, as soon as the arm went to the side, it would just tip the whole tractor over. So
this corner's a little low.
okay, guys are having fun. Talking about that corner?
Yeah, that corner.
So, all right, so the good thing is, as soon as we get the permit, I'm going to take a picture of this, send it to the manufacturer, because that's what they want. They want photographic evidence that your site is ready, and then you get put on the schedule. And depending on their volume, it could be anywhere from like 2 to 4 weeks. And so I figured during that time, if we have to make any little minor adjustments, then we can do it during that time. So, but I call this good for right now, and we'll see what happens next.